Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lana, and today we're talking about planning your school year, and specifically planning your school year as a stay-at-home mom. So if you're like me and you want to have a really successful year that's during the school year, even if you're not in school and none of your children are in school, I want to give you my ideas about how I'm thinking about that and how I'm planning for that, and my tools and tricks. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome. I make videos simplifying money and home. If that is content that you need more of in your life, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring that little bell so that you get notified every single time I upload a video. So I did a planning your whole calendar year video where I introduced my favorite tool, my beautiful circle chart. So go ahead and check out that video. I will also have a link so that you can download your own circle chart. So if that's something you're interested in doing, you can get even more details about the circle chart and how that all works in my planning your year video. So the circle chart has 12 months and they're each kind of like a little piece of pie in my circle chart. And I'm writing down the big events that are happening in each month. So in my middle circle, I often put all the family birthdays down so I remember to give people presents. I'm also writing down appointments like, okay, people need to go to the dentist in August, or we need to renew our tabs in November, or we're doing Christmas with these people on these dates, or big events that kind of anchor your year. So each month you can look at that and be like, oh, these are the major things we're doing. And then you can also look at the year all together and kind of get a vision for how the year is going to flow, and see if you can move things around if a particular month has so many things going on and one month has nothing. So the things that I'm basically putting in my circle chart would be appointments and birthdays and holidays. So now you have kind of a global look about how your year might go. So this is the planner I got this year. I will put a link down in the description if this is something you would like also. There are several reasons I like this particular planner, but one of them is that it's not huge, which means it will fit in my purse. It can lie flat like this, which is nice, or you can bend it over to write on it. So it's got basically two parts. It's got the overview of the month. It's got the week, so you could do each day or be more specific about each day. I mostly end up using this month view and putting my important appointments on there and looking at that every day. So as I'm thinking about each month, I can refer back to my circle chart, which you can see the whole year on, and I'm placing the important dates on my paper calendar in here. We also do have a Google Calendar, and I'm trying to be better about adding things to the Google Calendar because this is kind of a communication method for me and my husband. He's not really into the whole paper calendar thing. He would prefer to look on his phone to see what's going on. Okay, so you've got your year view, you've got your month view, and then you've got your week view. What would a normal week look like during the school year? I can definitely be prone to overscheduling myself, so I need to think about what is each week going to look like, because I am one person and I cannot do an infinite amount of things, and especially during the school year, it's easy for me to sign up for too many things, and then before you know it, all your days are booked with some sort of activity or volunteer thing or meeting, and you realize that that may not be sustainable. So definitely be inspecting along the way what your actual day-to-day week will look like, so that you don't sign up for everything fun or everything to volunteer for or whatever it is, so that you don't get totally booked past the point of being able to do it or being able to feel sane while you are doing it. So next up is know yourself while you are planning your year. So for me, I need plans and I need goals, because if I'm not doing anything, I might just stay home and watch TV all the time and never see anybody or never get out of the house if nothing is planned or set in stone. So I need specific things where I'm planning on leaving the house, I'm planning on going to this, I've got this meeting that I'm going to, I've got this group that I'm part of. And maybe that's not true for you. Maybe spontaneity works out great for you and you can just kind of go along with whatever is happening in the year and that works well for you and your mental state, but for me, I need to plan to get out and do the things. So for this school year, I'm imagining that this will look like my son is going to go to preschool a couple mornings a week, and so that will get me out of the house on a scheduled basis and change up my schedule, and I think that's really important. I also will probably continue to do this babysitting swap with my friend where each one of us takes a morning a week to watch the other's children, and that is a planned activity to get me out of the house and change up my routine. And I'm also imagining that I will continue to take piano lessons. So this means I am also planning to get out of the house at a scheduled time by myself to do a grown-up activity. Another one of the things that I'm part of is a ladies book club. So those meetings are not set in stone, but they are a scheduled activity that happens every month, and I am planning on going to those as part of my adult life. So you also want to be thinking about all your goals for the school year. So during the school year, what house projects are you thinking of accomplishing? What budget goals are you thinking of accomplishing? Also think about what personal, friendship, and health goals you're thinking about. So your circle chart can be a great place to write some of these down to keep you accountable. There is a column on the right side that says goals, so you can write those down on the side. Try to be realistic about what these goals look like so that you can actually meet these big goals. So if you know that your weekly schedule looks like that you are volunteering all day on Saturdays every single weekend of the school year, you may not also want to take on remodeling your whole bedroom at the same time, because you know that you won't actually have that much extra time to take on that project. So these big goals are kind of the things that you're fitting around your normal life. So you need to consider how busy your normal life is going to be to see if it would be realistic to fit in those goals also. Okay, I also want to be planning for balance. Sometimes if we don't think about this in advance, our year will suddenly end up being all about one thing, or all about one goal, or all about money, or all about family, or all about your personal health goal. That's not necessarily bad, but I am definitely seeking some balance in my life. So as I'm looking at what my weeks will look like, I'm thinking about, is there a little bit of each one of my goals or each one of my ideas? So how am I going to fit in family time? How am I going to fit in dates intentionally? When is the exercising going to happen? When am I going to spend time with my friends? Like, how am I going to fit in those different categories of my life a little bit each week? I think this can be even more difficult if you are working and you're trying to figure out how to balance your work and your home life. I don't want to accidentally spend an entire year neglecting a certain category of my life. So if I don't account for the fact that I want to go on dates with my husband because I have scheduled all these friend activities or something like that, then the whole school year could pass and we would not have gone on any dates. And at the end of the year, that would not be a positive for our family or me. So I want to be thinking about how am I fitting in the different categories of my life and my health in my calendar, and planning that in advance. The next thing I'm thinking about is pre-stressing about holidays, or you could just pre-think about holidays. So for many of us, holidays can definitely be stressful, but if we can decide what we're going to do at those holidays and what special things we're going to do and what things we're not going to do and what kind of budget we have for the holidays, that can bring down our stress level at the actual holiday. So our big family holiday is Thanksgiving, and it definitely relieves some of my stress to be thinking about where we are going to be spending that, when that's going to be happening, and what activities are going to be happening there or not, and what kind of budget I need to allocate now to make this an enjoyable experience. If I am not planning that and I get right up to the last moment, that is so stressful for me if I haven't pre-budgeted and pre-thought about how that's going to go. This is also a great conversation to be having with your spouse. Like, how much time are you going to take off work for Christmas? What kind of Christmas activities are we going to end up doing? or paying for, and what is our gift budget or expectations this year. Are we going to get an $80 tree from a lot, or are we going to go cut down our own for $5? What are our expectations for that, so that we are managing our expectations in advance, planning some really fun things, but also being prepared financially before that just hits us in the face and we're like, whoa, wait a minute, what happened? Let me know down in the comments, how do you plan your school year? What are you watching out for? What are you anticipating? And what helps you have the most successful year that you can? Give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any uploads. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye for now.